So there's a good friend of mine, you might have heard of him. His name is Guy Spear, and he lives in Zurich. And I think he's going to try to also speak to you next year. Maybe we'll both come together. We'll see if we can do back-to-back lectures. So Guy has a mental model he uses, and his mental model, which he's used actually for more than 15 years, is that if he identifies a company like Moody's or S&P as a great business, or let's say if he identifies Coca-Cola as a great business, or let's say the Coca-Cola bottlers as a great business, what he does then is he looks around the world for Coca-Cola bottlers in other countries. So if he finds that being a Coca-Cola bottler is great in Tennessee in the US, then I want to find the same business in Brazil. I want to find the bottler in China. I want to find the bottler in India. And I want to go around the world looking for the Coke bottler. And I want to find which one is being undervalued. And then I want to invest in it because the economics of these Coke bottlers, no matter where in the world they are, is about the same. They all are great businesses. So one of the businesses, which is the ultimate deep moat business, is Moody's. You know, they do the debt ratings. And even in the financial crisis, when they gave all bad and flawed and garbage debt ratings, it still did not destroy the company. This is a great business that an idiot can run. And so Moody's, Guy said to himself, what are the credit rating agencies all around the world which have the same business model like Moody's? Because Moody's is a model where they'll hire an analyst, they pay him maybe $100,000. For each analyst they pay $100,000, they are probably collecting $4 million in fees. It's just a great business. So just the economics are fantastic. So he found a company in 2001 in India, which was a very small, but was a #1 credit rating agency in India, exactly like Moody's was in the US. And he found that S&P 500 owned 10% of that company. So S&P had done a lot of due diligence, and they bought a 10% stake in the company. That company was called CRISIL. And so Guy Spear, at that time, he was managing about $40 million. He made a small investment in CRISIL. And it went up, it doubled or tripled in 2-3 years. And then he bought a little bit more. And then another year or two later, he sold it all. He had made like 4 times his money. So sometimes I like to pour salt on the wounds of Guy Spear. Like sometimes I want to have fun with him. I spoke to him last night when I was preparing that talk. I said, hey, Guy, you know, that CRISIL position that you owned, which you sold, if you had not sold, it went up 130 times after he sold. Okay. And he's actually the kind of guy who doesn't even trade that much. He just buys and holds. So I said, hey, by the way, you know that CRISIL you sold back then? Why did you sell it? He said, Mohnish, don't remind me. That's the dumbest thing I did. Because basically, if he had kept CRISIL, he manages 160 million. The CRISIL position would have exceeded the entire portfolio he has today. One decision. And what was so hard about that decision? Well, it wasn't hard. They were a replica of Moody's. I already told you an idiot can run Moody's, just like an idiot can run Coca-Cola. And idiots have run it, and they've not been able to destroy these businesses. And so the first thing to do is when you run into businesses that idiots are running or can run, and they still continue to be in business, buy those companies if they have these characteristics, and then forget the PE ratio. Just buy and hold forever, because probably those are very, very few businesses on the planet